Choosing a suitable pumpkin for carving and sketching is an important step in creating a beautiful pumpkin sculpture. You want a pumpkin that is fresh, sturdy, and easy to work with. Here are some tips on how to pick the perfect pumpkin for your project. First, decide on the size and shape of your pumpkin. You can carve any type of pumpkin, but some shapes are easier to work with than others. For example, round pumpkins are good for making faces, while tall and oblong pumpkins are good for making figures or scenes. You can also look for pumpkins that have interesting features, such as bumps, ridges, or warts, that can add character to your design. Next, check the color and texture of your pumpkin. You want a pumpkin that has consistent coloring throughout, without any scratches, bruises, or dark spots. These can indicate damage or rotting, which can affect the quality and durability of your carving. You also want a pumpkin that has a smooth and firm skin, not too hard or too soft. A hard skin can be difficult and dangerous to cut through, while a soft skin can be prone to cracking or collapsing. Then, test the sound and weight of your pumpkin. You want a pumpkin that sounds hollow when you tap it gently with your finger. This means that the walls are not too thick, which can block the light from inside and obscure your carving details. You also want a pumpkin that is not too heavy for its size. A heavy pumpkin can have thick walls or a lot of seeds and pulp inside, which can make it harder to clean and carve. Finally, inspect the stem and base of your pumpkin. You want a pumpkin that has a strong and well-attached stem, which is a sign of freshness and healthiness. The stem can also be used as a handle to lift and move your pumpkin around. You also want a pumpkin that has a stable and flat base, so that it doesn't fall over or tilt to one side when you display it. By following these tips, you can choose a suitable pumpkin for carving and sketching that will last longer and look better. Remember to store your pumpkin in a cool and dry place until you are ready to carve it, and have fun with your creative project. In this section, we will learn how to apply Canova's sketching techniques to create realistic and expressive shapes on the pumpkin surface. Canova was a famous sculptor who used clay to sketch his ideas for his marble statues. He worked with his hands and small tools, producing quick and dazzling models that captured the essence of his vision. He also made more refined models that showed the details and textures of his figures. To sketch like Canova, we need to have some clay, a pumpkin, and some basic sculpting tools. We will use the pumpkin as our base and add clay on top of it to create our desired shape. Here are the steps to follow. 1. Choose a theme for your pumpkin. You can make it a portrait of someone, an animal, a mythical creature, or anything else you can imagine. Think about the expression and emotion you want to convey with your pumpkin. 2. Sketch your idea on paper or in your mind. You don't need to be very precise or detailed, just get a general idea of the proportions and features of your pumpkin. 3. Cut off the top of the pumpkin and scoop out the seeds and pulp. You can save them for later use or discard them. 4. Start adding clay on the pumpkin surface. Use your hands to shape the clay roughly according to your sketch. Don't worry about the details yet, just focus on the overall form and volume of your pumpkin. 5. Use your tools to refine the clay surface. You can use a knife, a spatula, a spoon, a toothpick, or any other tool that suits your purpose. You can carve out the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, hair, or any other feature you want to add to your pumpkin. You can also smooth out the clay with water or your fingers to create a more realistic texture. 6. Add some finishing touches to your pumpkin. You can paint it with acrylic colors, add some accessories like a hat or a scarf, or even light it up with a candle inside. Be creative and have fun with your pumpkin. Congratulations! You have just learned how to sketch like Canova and create a beautiful pumpkin with expressive shapes. You can display your pumpkin at home or give it as a gift to someone special. You can also try this technique with other fruits or vegetables and see what you can come up with.